About to walk you through a very simple yet powerful scalping strategy that is meant to be used on the lower time frames, the 5-minute time frame and even lower. This is the strategy that I use to get into the scalp trade you see right here on your screen, and I use this strategy all the time to get into some ninja scalps that has a very good risk to reward ratio. So make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell for notifications, because we are bringing you the juiciest trading strategy videos here on YouTube. I'm going to go over the basics of this strategy, starting with the long trade that I'm in right now, and then I'm going to show you how to fine-tune this strategy to get those ninja amazing risk to reward ratios. Now, for this strategy, I use an indicator called Market Cipher. It is a premium indicator. There are many other indicators out there that function very similarly, but for this strategy, I have not found anything that gives as accurate a signal as Market Cipher. And basically what we are going to be doing is we're going to be looking at three aspects of the Market Cipher indicator. Now, when you load Market Cipher, it looks crazy. This is Market Cipher B, by the way. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. I've basically chopped mine up into two so we can more easily see what am I looking for at a key area where I'm looking for a trade. And there's three things I am looking for. I am looking for the price to be making a lower low for a long trade, and then I am looking for the money flow to be getting higher as the price comes up to that lower low, and I'm also looking for the momentum waves over time to be getting higher as the price comes into that lower low. And I am also looking at this yellow line. This is called the VWAP line. I'm looking for this to get higher as the price comes into that lower low. If I see all three of these things, then I can go ahead and take the trade. So basically, I'm looking at the money flow on Market Cipher. Is that purple stuff that curves into blue? I'm looking at the momentum waves on Market Cipher. These are these blue bumpy humpies right here. I'm looking at these. And then thirdly, I am looking at this yellow line right here. On some, when you load up Market Cipher, it's not actually a line, it's an area. It looks like this right here, right? But nonetheless, we're looking for it to get higher over time. If we see those three things, it is a trade entry. So let's go back and look at a few major pivots in price where we could have taken some nice scalps. Some of those scalps actually would have turned out to be much more than a scalp. Now, one of the best things about trading this way is it basically gives you a very clear-cut criteria that you need to see before entering a trade. This will keep you from chasing price and trading with emotion, and this will also keep you out of bad trades and only get you into trades that have a high probability of going in your favor. So I want to start with the top of this move that Bitcoin got Tuesday, August 29th, 2023. If we go ahead and turn on our Market Cipher indicator, we can see that we actually don't get any kind of a signal to take a short according to this strategy until we actually come up to this exact high, right? This is very key. You might be tempted to short all of this stuff. If you were watching my live stream, when I was live streaming the long trade that I was in from lower, I was not shorting any of this stuff. And the reason is because I wasn't seeing my confirmations on the oscillator. But once we get up to this exact high, notice what we see right here, right? We are seeing, number one, the money flow getting lower over time. We are seeing, number two, the momentum waves getting lower over time. And you have to zoom in to see this, but you would have seen it in the moment. As we are literally making this last high, the VWAP on Market Cipher B, this yellow area, is getting lower as the price is making that high. We have all three of our confirmations right here to take a short trade. And as you can see, this specific trade would have resulted in much more than a scalp if you had actually taken that trade. Now, that brings us to this little rangy area right here. And let's take a look and see, are there any other trades that we would have taken here? Would we have taken a scalp long trade right here? No, we would not have. Why? Because the money flow was getting lower. Would we have taken a scalp long trade right here? Yes, we would, because if we take a look at this low that we made right here, we can see that over time, the money flow is getting slightly higher. We can see that the momentum waves over time also are getting slightly higher. It's very slight. And we can also see that as we come to make that low, this yellow VWAP is getting higher over time. And if we take a look, we can see that this would have actually given us a pretty nice 0.5% move, give or take a little bit more than that. Now, when we're talking about scalping, a 0.5% move on Bitcoin is actually a pretty dang good trade. In fact, it's my typical TP1 around 0.5% in a scalp trade. Now, let's take a look at some of these other lows that we could have been trading. Let's be looking out. No trade, no trade, no trade, no trade. Okay, how about this guy right here? This low wick right here. Would this have given us a scalp trade entry according to the strategy? Well, price makes a lower low. We see that the money flow over time is getting higher. We can also see that the VWAP over time is also making a higher low right here. And we can also see that the momentum waves are getting higher as the price is making that lower low. So the answer is yes, we would have gotten into a trade right here. And as you can see, boom, this would have been a very nice move of almost 2%, 1.7%. All right, so we would actually have not taken this trade here according to the strategy. And let's see the next entry that we would have gotten right here at this low for about a 0.6% move. Why? Because the money flow is getting higher over time as we put in that low. The VWAP is also getting higher over time as we put in that low. And then, of course, the momentum waves also getting higher over time as we put in this low. Now, you can go and backtest this yourself, but I do just want to point out the fact that this strategy will keep you out of a lot of potential trades, right? We didn't get an entry here. We did not get an entry here. We did not get an entry until we come all the way down to this low that we put in right here. It's pretty crazy. None of these gave us a long entry, not until we hit this low. So this strategy does require a little bit of patience because you have to wait for it to actually give you all three confirmations. Now, I highly recommend when you're using this strategy that you implement some kind of other technical analysis. What do I mean by that? You need to have some kind of key level on the chart of support or resistance that's going to also tell you this is a key place to look for a trade. Now, I want to take a look at two of the biggest moves that we actually got during this entire chunk of price action. Remember, according to this strategy, we would have shorted this exact top and longed this exact low. That's the long trade that I am actually currently in right now. We actually gave this setup in advance in the Casper Crew VIP Discord from 25339. Shout out to everybody in the Casper Crew who took this long. By the way, if you want to join the Casper Crew, you can go to JaysonCasperTrading.com, click the link to join the VIP Discord. We do multiple live streams every single day, going through the live market open sessions, looking for trades, giving our levels and our setups. Also, if you want to learn how to trade this way, we currently have a 25% discount on these trading courses. And if you want to long and short Bitcoin and altcoins with a great deal on fees, check out MEXC, link in the pinned comment and description. 0% limit order fees, 0.01% market order fees. An amazing deal, especially if you're scalping on low time frames. People are like, Jayson, what about the fees? Well, if you're on MEXC, you really don't have to worry about those fees. Even scalping a 0.5% move can be very profitable. Now, the biggest and the best moves are going to happen when you use this strategy at a very key level. Now, the two biggest moves we could have gotten in the past few days using this strategy is the short from right here and the long from right here. Notice something. The short was coming up to the high volume node of all the price action that we've traded all the way from March 20, 2023 to August 30th, 2023. And then when we came down for the long, we were coming down to the Fibonacci golden pocket retracement from the most recent low to the most recent high. What you can do for this strategy is if you find confluences technically on the chart that tell you this is a very important area to look, when you go ahead and take that trade, you can take it and hold a portion of it for a much bigger move. If you're not at a key level, maybe you'd want to close that entire trade after a 0.5% move or something like that. When you have a key level on the chart, this also allows you to get very good risk-reward ratios. Why? Because if you know, for example, that you are looking to long the golden pocket and you see your confirmations at that golden pocket, this basically allows you to get into a trade and you know that your stop loss needs to be below the golden pocket. This is giving you less than a 1% stop loss. And even if we're just shooting up back to value area low, this is still a 4-to-1 risk reward ratio. Now, this is the 4-hour time frame. When I actually took this trade, guys, I was using a much juicier risk to reward ratio. I was looking at it like this. I got my confirmations right here, basically. So I got to enter my trade right here. I put my stop loss below that wick, and my take profit one was literally just a retest of this previous low. Now you might say, Jayson, this is such a tiny little move. Well, if you take a look at it, it's almost a 1% move, and it's a 6-to-1 risk reward. Absolutely amazing. That was my take profit one on this trade setup because I was looking to long the 618 Fibonacci level, and basically 6 times more potential reward than risk on a take profit one. I took out half the trade, and now I'm letting the rest ride. You can see it's right now basically a 20-to-1 risk reward. Absolutely amazing. So if you have a little bit of technical analysis that you apply to this strategy, it can give you very precise ninja entries for much larger moves. And if you don't have a level there and you're just trading basically this choppy price action, you can still take the trades, but you need to understand that you have to be quick with your ins and your outs. All right, y'all, that is it for today's trading strategy video. Go and back test this on your own. It works for Bitcoin, altcoins, other assets as well. Forward test it, of course, on your demo account. Let me know what you think about this strategy in the comment section down below. Have you had success trading this way? Let me know. Also, may God bless everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I pray you and your family are super blessed, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Peace!